He was completely normal, he was completely fine. He had no signs of any kind of substance.
But together, one day at a time, we can beat it down.
Yeah, I believe that's true.
He was super generous, kind, funny, cracking jokes.
I had an interesting experience a ways back. This is a ways back.
Ways back, okay.
Back when I was on The Friendship Show.
He was exactly how people would expect him to be, so I'm so privileged to have known that version of him.
My friends call me Maddie, and I should be dead.
Yeah.
Matthew Perry was a friend to all, known the world over as Chandler Bing, always seconds away from a great wisecrack and a show-stopping grin. But he was also an addict. That was the big terrible thing Perry referenced in the title of his memoir last year, giving it equal weighting with the TV series that made him an indelible celebrity, long after he had largely retreated from screens. For those who have read Friends, Lovers, and The Big Terrible Thing, would have certainly found it a jarring, often uncomfortable experience.
I had the opportunity to go out to lunch with Matthew, and he was so excited to be there.
And I did want to mention, as you're wrapping up soon, and we don't talk a lot in between appearances.
I had so much to talk about and was really just in a happy, positive mood.
I had an interesting experience a ways back. This is a ways back.
Ways back, okay.
Back when I was on The Friendship Show.
Did not say anything about his death or the subsequent days following the news, just because I figured.
It was one part juicy celebrity memoir, enlivened by the flashes of humor and winning self-deprecation that Perry, by his own admission, shared with his defining character, and one part harrowing account of a man intent on his own destruction. Perry characterized himself as a ready-made, just-add-water addict, an alcoholic with his first drink at the age of 14, and hooked on painkillers with his first pill prescribed after a jet ski accident. High, he drove a red Mustang convertible across the desert, feeling complete and utter euphoria. I remember thinking, if this doesn't kill me, I'm doing this again. It didn't then. Nearly a year to the day after Friends, Lovers, and The Big Terrible Thing was published, Perry was found dead at his Los Angeles home in an apparent drowning. He was 54. Tributes from his friends and fans have rightly focused on Perry's character and talent, with actors Morgan Fairchild, who played Perry's on-screen mother, mourning the loss of such a brilliant young actor, and Mira Sorvino of his singular wit. Even the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, who knew Perry as a boy and whom Perry claimed in his memoir to have beaten up, paid tribute to the schoolyard games we used to play. Thanks for all the laughs, Matthew.
This is back in the day when there were DVDs, right? No internet.
Right.
I don't want to say that I was the last person to be seen with him, especially in such a treacherous time as this, but
So I've got to take advantage of that. I've got to help as many people as I can.
once that photo came out, I realized, okay, I gotta speak up. He was super generous, kind, funny, cracking jokes, and identify myself to get ahead of the narrative and make sure nobody speculates.
The last meeting. One of the last people to speak to Matthew Perry before his untimely demise is opening up about their time together and the words of advice she received from him. Model and actress Athena Crosby was photographed dining with the Friends alum last Friday before he was found lifeless in his Los Angeles home over the weekend. Crosby, 25, revealed that the duo were introduced through mutual friends. She invited him out to lunch at the Bel Air Hotel, thinking it would be a quiet place where she could pick his brain about his experiences in the industry. The pageant star says of Perry that he was looking to just meet creative people who would obviously support him on his goals, and she honestly just thinks he was just really nice and generous to be able to meet with her. She added that, obviously if he's a big celebrity, he doesn't need to meet with anybody, but he agreed to and was so nice, and I was just getting to know him better and seeing if there was any things that we had in common and things that maybe we could do together in the future. Over a shared order of a plain cheeseburger and extra crispy fries, the two bonded about their love for acting.
He was completely normal, he was completely fine. He had no signs of any kind of substance.
You got quite a house tonight. They love you.
I shared with him some of the things that I have coming up in my life. Like, I really didn't think too much about it at all.
Matthew, can you sign out here, please? Matthew!
There's only a few of us.
Crosby recalls his warm demeanor and describes him as an expert conversationalist. As she spoke, she gushed of their nearly 2-hour-long lunch, and said it was just a cool opportunity for her to meet such a legendary person and that it definitely felt like she had known him forever. She continued, "He told me that it's an arduous process to be in this industry, as I have definitely come to believe his words through the last couple of days, but that if I really know myself and want to succeed, nobody can really stop you." I think that's something that he felt in his own life, the Entertainment Reporter notes, explaining that Perry's struggles and trials and tribulations pushed him to become his own biggest cheerleader. She further recalled that Perry was just being really kind and saying, "Don't ever let anybody derail you, ruin your dreams, because if you really want that, you can make them happen." He even gifted Crosby a signed copy of his memoir, Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing. "He wrote a little message and it was really nice," she said of the actor's gesture. As one of the last people Perry was seen with before his tragic demise,
it was just a positive, happy conversation about mundane, everyday things.
The most important thing is always to get outside of your head and help another person.
All of a sudden it blew up and now everyone's wanting to know, was he okay? Was anything weird about it? And there really wasn't anything.
There you go. How are you guys? Awesome. So how'd you do at the casino the other day?
I did okay.
And I'm corroborating their story that they spoke to him in the weeks leading up to his death. I spoke to him in the day leading up to his death.
Crosby says she feels the need to testify to his sound mental health and wellness the day before he passed away. She shared that he was doing super well in his sobriety. He looked happy, he looked healthy, and that he only had good things to say. She explains that she feels that's kind of her role in all of this, adding that she was not a friend of the family or a close friend or anything, so she was just there to clear the air and say there was nothing weird going on. In Crosby's words, he was totally normal, he was super nice. She concluded that he was looking forward to life, and that's the extent of what I saw the day before he passed away. The tragedy. Perry passed away in his Los Angeles home on Saturday after an apparent drowning. The star, who was 54, was best known for portraying Chandler Bing on Friends for 10 seasons from 1994 to 2004. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner's Office confirmed that an autopsy had been completed and results are pending a toxicology report. However, an online record has the status of the actor's cause of demise currently listed as deferred since it's pending additional investigation.
Previous iterations of him and the things that he struggled with, but in those final moments, that's exactly the man that I spoke to.
But together, one day at a time, we can beat it down.
Yeah, I believe that's true.
I had not known him for very long, to be honest. We were introduced through a mutual friend.
My friends call me Maddie, and I should be dead.
Yeah.
Why not meet a cool guy like Matthew Perry? And it was really amazing. I feel like we really connected.
The actor's family released a statement on Sunday saying, "We are heartbroken by the tragic loss of our beloved son and brother. Matthew brought so much joy to the world, both as an actor and a friend. You all meant so much to him, and we appreciate the tremendous outpouring of love. Matthew to be remembered forever." Indeed, though Perry's career never took off beyond Friends, he was arguably the standout performer in a talented cast of 6. Any good-looking guy can be the smart aleck, cracking jokes in the corner, but Perry imbued Chandler with energy and emotional depth. Though defined by his deadpan delivery, Perry is right when he wrote that Chandler Bing transformed the way that America spoke. He also had exceptional comic timing and was a great physical performer. No one else had so effectively communicated combined dating anxiety and needing to pee. The fact that Perry managed to more or less keep it together over 10 seasons and 236 episodes, often while juggling ferocious substance abuse, is only further testament to his talent.
People all over the world considered him a friend and are mourning his death, even not having the chance to have met him personally.
You leave little notes on my pillow. We're out of cornflakes, F you. Pick up your socks, F you.
Had so much to talk about. He was very much mentoring me.
Because I was on Friends, more people will listen to me.
I would say it was just a casual, friendly lunch that two friends might be having.
So what's the most you've ever won?
Huh?
What's the most you've ever won?
Oh, I don't want to say.
Looking back on it now, I'm overthinking everything and thinking, well, what did I say? What did he say? Like, was there anything that stood out that I should have noted?
The success of Friends, not to mention the support from his castmates, his real-life friends, was what helped him to survive, Perry wrote. "There was no way I could have been a journeyman actor. I wouldn't have stayed sober for that. it was not worth not doing heroin for that. When you're earning $1 million a week, you can't afford to have the 17th drink. Perry also had a tricky part to play within the ensemble in taking a platonic friendship between two cynics into a heartfelt romance. Chandler and Monica was Friends' central love story, with none of the cushioning contrivances and strategic breaks of the series' other pairings. In TV, as well as life, it's harder to make yourself vulnerable and offer love steadily than it is to give in to doubt and run hot and cool. Perry showed that the smart guy, even the mean guy, could also be the nice guy you'd do well to marry.
He was exactly how people would expect him to be, so I'm so privileged to have known that version of him.
I do work out from time to time. I had a trainer once that was very ripped.
It was just a regular conversation between two people talking about life, talking about his aspirations.
Take a break, bro.
I learned how close I came to death.
He is reminiscent of the characters that he's played on TV and in the movies.
Actually finished. We finished.
You finished
the first year, and they're all coming out now, starting on Thursday night, right here.
In a series that has otherwise aged fairly poorly, Chandler and Monica are still an aspirational model for an equal partnership. As a teenager, most found it sweet when Chandler told Monica, "They can say that you're high maintenance, but it's okay because I like maintaining you." It is no wonder Perry was so beloved for his character. For the longest time, he wrote, he experienced it as a burden, though he had lately reached some kind of peace with Friends as his legacy. If you're going to be typecast, that's the way to do it. But at the widespread shock at his demise, as the world woke up to the news on Sunday morning, you can picture Perry raising one quizzical eyebrow as he wrote himself, "I didn't stand a chance." That's all for this video, folks. See you next time.